Hey guys, Moose here, and today I have a little bit of a different video. Uh, Lately, I've been thinking on game design and what would be good for the next game that needs to happen, a big AAA title, if you will. Um, I don't know if you guys have watched any of this show. It's called Supernatural. It's one of my favorite shows, and uh, everybody online seems to think that it should revolve around the storyline of Dean and Sam, to the main characters from the show, going around through their own story. Me, not so much. I think, honestly, that it would be better if, say, you make your own character, right? You buy a car, and you can play this with as many people or as little people. You can play single player, co-op, 4-player co-op, and the thing is, it would be the entire United States, so it wouldn't just be one area. It would take a lot of work, and it would take probably months, even years to complete. Well, years. But if it's well polished and well done, then it would be 100% worth it to at least check out and try. And see, online, everybody wants the Dean and Sam story. And that's not exactly a thing that has to not be in the game. It could be a part of the game. Say it's we'll call it the story, or the Sam and Dean story. But that doesn't have to be the only story. See, you could write your own, basically. If you could create your own character, you and a friend, and adventure throughout the U.S. while Dean and Sam's story is going on. Say, meet up with them in one place, change the history of their story, therefore rewriting it. I think it would be an excellent idea. It would be hard to make. I mean, I understand it would be very difficult, but if it comes out polished and well done, it would be more than worth it to at least try to do. And I don't know, maybe they thought about it, or maybe they didn't, because there were some rumors going around a long time ago when the show first started. They were going to make a game, and they never did. But maybe now that the show is going on its 12th season, they'll consider it. And, I mean, you think about it. You could come with free updates that adds on to the story. And maybe if you want to talk DLC, maybe there's a DLC where it adds a bunch of cars or clothing or customization options. Doesn't necessarily have to take away from your story, but all it can do is really add items and customization for you, your character, and your car. Um, think about making bullets, silver bullets, uh, all kinds of things that you could do just in game. Make your own bullets, do your own cases, investigate, figure out what the monster is. Because in the show, to kill poltergeists or ghosts, you have to eliminate what they're attached to or burn their bones. So maybe the show and the game could correlate very, very well together if it was given a little work. The voice acting could be great, or it could be subpar, depending on how much they want to put into it. The characters you play don't necessarily need to be voice acted as much as the people you're going to be talking to. So it'll be a bunch of voice actors. And like in the show, there's going to be kids. Um, there could be kids because sometimes the kids help a lot in the show. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they die. I mean, everything dies. But it would be very interesting to actually see the finished product if the game was ever to be released. Now I'm not saying I could develop it because I'm just a poor kid as of right now. Give me about a couple of years and I'll be right up there with them. But the thing is, the game and the show, the correlations that you could make and what the game could be is absolutely perfect if you put a lot of work into it. And that's basically everything you would need for a good game, is just work on it. Don't half-ass it. Don't barely do anything with it, put time and effort into it. And I know it's probably going to be hard to do with them actually making a show too, but the fans that would buy the game based around them making their own character and them adventuring alongside Sam and Dean, the amount of people that would actually play it and buy it, or at least try it, is immense. They are missing a large part of the market by not creating a video game about the show. Um, Honestly, I don't know if Jensen and Jared would be down to do it. I mean, they probably would be because it's just more money for them, and it's also more money for the network and for the show itself. You're gonna make more money. There's no need not to. Sure, the game could be a flop if it's not done properly, but if I think the formula that I have in mind, the formula that I think would work, I think it would be great. I think it would work perfectly. Maybe a few hiccups, but otherwise, I think it would be perfect. So, my question for you guys is, comment down below, would you buy the game and would you actually play it? It's For me, I would be down to play it and record it every single day until everybody was sick of it, because it would be so fun. Um, for those of you who haven't seen season 12, I won't ruin it, but season 1, episode 1, maybe you meet up with Sam and Dean there, and you change the entire course of the history of the show. Uh, who knows what could happen? And that's the thing. The story can be randomly generated. Every choice has a reaction. Everything you do could have a reaction. And this game would take years. I know. It would take years. But if it is done properly, it would be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, and best video game made of a show. There have been a few that have tried to do it, but they don't really do too well. That's because they go off the story of the show, and the show works good to be a show. But when you try to put that into a video game, it gets increasingly complicated. Mostly because of the fact that you're going to have to go off the script of the show. And that's the beauty of this idea, is it's not scripted. Well, it is scripted, but not in the way that the show is. The events aren't scripted. I mean, yeah, the Sam and Dean story, that'll be scripted until you change it. And that's the biggest part, is your ability to change as a player. Being your character, being yourself, acting as you would. That's the biggest part. And that's where a lot of shows based off of drama series, that's where they go wrong, is because they want it to be the story of the show. And the story of the show is good in show format. Video game format, not so much. So, wrap this video up. If you guys get this out here, get it out, share it, tweet about it, do your Twitter, share it on Facebook if you want. Get it out. Let's see what the community thinks, and comment down below what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one.